this is Rick Brandenburg for North Carolina State University and Turf Bugs and Rock and Roll. And in many parts of the U.S., the weather has certainly been a hot topic for the past month or two. And in some places it's been extremely hot weather, but for much of the U.S., especially the eastern half, it's been unusually heavy rainfalls that have gone on for weeks and weeks and weeks. And a couple things I want to talk to you about that, because we know that the weather affects insects a lot, just like it does diseases and other agronomic practices. But in the case of insects, we know that good soil moisture usually contributes to soil insect problems such as white grubs. And this may turn out to be a banner year for white grub infestations if you didn't treat. And a question I've been asked a lot is, if I treated back in June and we've had all this rain, is the white grub insecticide still there, or did it maybe get washed away? And I'll speculate a little bit and say that it's still going to be effective despite all the heavy rains. The other one is that we're noticing some fall armyworms this year. And they oftentimes are sporadic pests that show up in certain areas. And as this picture illustrates, as you see on the far side of the cart path, you see the turf is starting to be damaged. And fall armyworms often use this pattern where they move in from the edge, they lay their eggs on vegetation, and the infestations almost always come from the edge. Well, one thing that's uncertain this year is that since we've had so much rainfall, this rainfall often contributes to diseases of fall armyworms, and they die off from natural pathogens. But the other issue is, when we have a lot of rainfall, we have so much green vegetation that the armyworms have so much to feed on that oftentimes we don't see as heavy a damage in irrigated turf as we would, for example, in a dry year or during a drought. So even though we're seeing a lot of fall armyworms, I encourage you to just simply keep your eye on them, look along the edge of fairways and properties and sports turf, and keep an eye out for them. But with all the rain we've had, with all the abundant green vegetation, it reduces the likelihood that they're going to attack highly managed turf. Hope that helps. We'll look forward again to seeing you next time.